Listen, I wasn't even gonna do another video tonight. I was good. I was chilling. I was like, I don't even post videos late like this. It ain't late to me, but for the people that watch my channel, they might, I don't know what they doing at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I wasn't even gonna do another video. But then something got in my crawl. I was thinking about my earlier video at the end of the video in the Q&A section. And YouTube is the puppet master, right? Like it's algorithm. You watch a video and they're gonna send you more videos by that thing. And then over there, so I'm watching the video. And all of a sudden, I'm actually doing something, and I just see this video on my feed, and it reminded me I need to say this. I'm sorry. I need to say this right now. And if you're not watching live or later, I don't care. Right now, people be like, man, I'm sorry. I'm pushing back. This is what people don't realize. There are people that are making us love Caitlin Clark more. Listen, the hate Kate gate is not working. It's not working. All right, so last night, Connecticut Sun, which I believe is the third team in the WNBA, maybe second. I think it's like the New York Liberty. I want to say it's either Connecticut or Las Vegas. I can't remember which is which. Somebody will correct me because people be like ready to just bust your head in the comment section. But they played the Connecticut Sun. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Caitlin Clark fan because she's a baller. And I've realized though, part of why I hate. So Caitlin Clark is the underdog in this sense. I like the underdog. I'm the underdog, Kirk Kennedy, right? I'm the YouTube underdog. Caitlin Clark is an underdog in this sense. She's not an underdog in terms of what most people see. We see greatness, but she's an underdog in terms of the way that the women in the league are often against her. And it's usually black women. Apart from Diana Taurasi, who has not said nothing about Caitlin Clark, she was the one that said, look, you look amazing playing against 18-year-olds in college, but you about to come where the women are at. And then they lost. Phoenix Mercury got swept by Caitlin Clark and them, right? So she ain't saying nothing about Caitlin Clark. Kelsey Plum, Sabrina Ionesco, Brianna Stewart, none of them folks saying nothing about Caitlin Clark. Right now, even Angel Reese is not saying nothing about Caitlin Clark. Kennedy Carter ain't saying that. First of all, Chicago is like, they imploding. I don't know. Tomorrow night Chicago Sky game, that's the NBA, that's the WNBA championship for them. Because their team is just imploding. It's in the off season, it's gonna be crazy. Because in the WNBA, apparently you could just be like, I don't want to be here no more, and be leaving mid-season, right? So they are making us love her because they keep the hate from Cheryl Swoops and representing black women and all this stuff. And it's like, and they get mad because black men like, listen, black men don't like Caitlin Clark because she's attractive. We like her because she's a baller. But we also like her because we know y'all are hating on her. And I think y'all doing it for ratings, personally. I personally think that Cheryl Swoop is an intelligent woman. I think that, listen, she got a podcast. You want to stay popping. Infamous still has the word famous in it. Remember that, right? People go viral for stuff they'll regret later, right? People will go viral now for stuff they'll regret later, right? So after the game last night, Dejanay Carter, who has become the arch nemesis of, and not arch nemesis to Caitlin Clark, but people are presenting themselves as the sort of anti-Caitlin Clark player. And it's not, and it's just like, it's so obvious, the hate Kate gate. That's what this is, the hate Kate gate. It's so obvious that they're making us love her more. It's almost like right now, and I hate to say this because I'm not doing this out of trolling. I literally think Caitlin Clark is a baller. I like watching her play. She's exciting. She's fun. So I enjoy it. So I'm not doing this intensely, but it's almost like to troll some of these people for being just obnoxious with it. Like Skip Bayless with LeBron. Like he was just obnoxious with it. If you think Michael Jordan is better than LeBron, cool. So do I. I choose Jordan, but I grew up watching Jordan. I get it. The generations. I get it. But Skip Bayless just made it was like, Skip, what you talking about, bruh? Like, where's the objectivity here? There's no objectivity about your thoughts about LeBron. There's none. You just there's no objectivity about this stuff. Caitlin Clark breaks a record almost every game. So Dejanay Carter is a guard for, and she's good. She can ball. Don't get me wrong. She's swift with it. Dejanay Carter can ball. She can score, right? She's Nalissa Smith's girlfriend, which is that this is. You know what's interesting? If you watch a WNBA game, you never think like, oh, the point guard, he's dating this guy over here, and you're why. That stuff just not. It's just really weird. And if it is, we don't know about it. It's so interesting. But that's a whole different conversation. She's dating Nalissa Smith, who plays for the Indiana Fever. Nalissa Smith has had a roller coaster year. Started off not getting time. Then there was a period of games where she was balling and she was loving the team and all smiles. And now she's not happy. And again, you got to score. Like Caitlin Clark isn't hogging the ball. She's leading the league in assists, right? So, but her significant other, Dejanay Carter, tweeted this after the game last night, and I thought the first tweet underneath it was a beautiful. It was the first. It would have been what I would have said if I could tell her this. Look at this. This is what she tweeted last night after the game. They played the Indiana Fever 4 times. They won the first 3. But right now, Indiana Fever is balling. They on a roll. They the little engine that could. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. So Dejanay Carter tweets this after the game. The Indiana Fever have the nastiest fans in the W. Ew. Right? And listen to this, right? The Indiana Fever have the here's what's wild though. Here's what's wild, all right? You would know this because you probably didn't see this, but let me put you hip. Here's what's wild. So during halftime of the game, they were talking to Indiana Fever fans about the W, about Caitlin Clark. I guess they interviewed them before the game, but they showed it at halftime. You know how they do that, right? And they were saying, listen, we are here for Caitlin, but we've come to really enjoy other players. Like we're like, they were saying that. This is that, right? It's sports, people. Like listen, I'm a Washington Commanders. I got season tickets. I've been a depressed Washington Commanders season ticket holder since 2005. I had 1 or 2 years where they was like I was on Adderall with them. But then the Downers came back. They were officially the Debbie Downer of my life. But we had a crazy offseason. I'm looking forward to going back, right? But when I would go to a game, I don't want to hear nobody else who's cheering for the other team. In fact, in my section, so I was in 205, and then I moved to 216. I was in 220. I was in 220. Listen, 220 should have been 220 Avenue because it was just gangsters. People was fighting, especially if we played Philly, if we played Dallas or whatever. It was just fights, and they would be right behind me. And all I asked was like, Lord, please don't have nobody throw up on me or throw nothing on me, please. I just want to watch the game. I didn't want to get tempted and be like, oh man, that ex-gangster that I thought was in the basement with the door lock, he picked the lock, right? I don't want to hear people from the other, so I get it. But when there are other people cheering for their team in my home stadium, I got it. That's what you do, right? So Dejanay Carter is acting as if like the fans were supposed to be, they're supposed to boo you. They're supposed to want their team to win. They're not supposed to cheer when you score. Typically. But some of them do. But when they do that for Caitlin Clark when she goes to their stadiums, so they hate that. So Dejanay Carter tweets this. The Indiana Fever have the nastiest fans in the W. Ew. And look at the comment rate underneath. The first comment from Zeus the Plug. Listen to this. This is a classic. This is how you come back. Now, Dejanay, I'm a supporter, right? Remember Paul in Acts 17 saw that they had all these idols, and his spirit was vexed, and he got up there and said, "I see you are religious people." Right? This is it. He got this from the Apostle Paul in Acts 17. Now, Dejanay, I'm a supporter. But listen, but where were these tweets at when y'all won the first 3 games? Gotta take the L on the chin. That's how you come back. This is how you know it's not objective. Because when they win, you don't say that. But when you lose, and here's the thing. I said this before, the Caitlin Clark's biggest asset is fear. It's fear. People think it's her passing, it's her shooting. It's fear. I equated her to Tom Brady in terms of psychologically. People are like, Tom Brady? Bruh, I'm not saying she's Tom Brady. She doesn't even identify as a man. Relax, fam. I'm saying that in terms of the psychological fear she puts in people, she does that. And so now they're winning. They're balling right now. And everyone's like, oh, they might win the chip. Calm down. They not winning the chip. Calm down. But they're balling right now. She's upset at that. And she says they got the ugliest, the nastiest fans in the W. Here's what she doesn't realize. That's not true. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch all the others. But what that's doing is we know that the hate Kate gate from her, Cheryl Swoops, and others, we get it. We get it. Like, I don't. So in the book of James, right, there's this section in chapter 1 called Be a Doer of the Word. And he uses this example. Jesus' brother said this. He uses this example of people who look at themselves. If you're not a doer of the word, if you hear the word, but you don't live it, right? He said you are like a person who looks at themselves in the mirror and then walks away and forgets what they look like. These women are doing the same thing. I mean, it's like James is prophetic in a different way. These women don't realize, like, you're tempting us to troll you just because your hate is so obvious that I think it's subjective. I think it's strategic, to be honest. I think they enjoy it because that tweet, look how many Dejanay Carter's not that popular, but look how many 2.9 million views of this tweet. Now, I haven't looked at her account. Let's see if let's prove myself wrong, man. Let's do this real quick. Let's go back and see how many, let's look at these and see. Let's go to a different tweet from her. Okay. Let's do this tweet. 95.5K views. This was, so 95,000 views. This is her girlfriend and her right here, right? Now, Alyssa Smith and her, this is them. They just played against each other, right? Let's look at these. Look at that, 95,000 views, right? This is her pinned. This is pinned, all right? This has been up since May 12th. All right, so 2.1 million views. It's been up for 3.5 months. Or 3 months, a little over 3 months. 2.1 million views for 3 months, all right? That's been pinned on her thing for that long. Let's go here. Look at this one. What's another one that she put up? Where are we at, Dejanay? So she puts up a tweet. Imagine, Dejanay. And this one has, how many? Oh, I'm responding. This one has 82,000. All right, woman. The Caitlin Clark joint that she put up not too long ago. Where we at? Stop trying to hide, baby. Don't do that. Look, the one she put up, this would have been last night. Here we go. This was 22 hours ago. 2.9 million views. All right? I think they're trolling. She knows what she's doing, fam. She's trolling. And I think they're making us love Caitlin more. You're not going to win anybody over, and there's no way you should be that offended. It's basketball. As a matter of fact, from the immortal words of Tom Hanks in, what was the baseball movie where he was coaching girls play baseball when all the men went to war, and it was like, remember that movie? What was it called? Someone knows the name of that movie. But he said, there's no crying in baseball. Remember that? There's no crying in basketball. You're making us love Caitlin more. Stop it.